Hey guys, Dr. Epic here. Welcome back to the Race Debate, which is a series where we tackle the Milky Way question: which Citadel race is the coolest? And what role will that race play in the next game? We have already looked at a few of the Citadel races, but we won't stop until we're through. Thank you for clicking. Next up are the legendary Keepers. The Keepers are incredibly unique and truly alien, and probably one of the most intriguing and mysterious races in the entire Mass Effect games. Actually on par with the Reapers themselves in terms of mystery, if you ask me. This is a highly commendable feat. Unlike other Citadel races we have looked at, like the Hanar and the Elcor, the Keepers are also actually pivotal to the plot of the story. I mean, the Keepers are literally the reason as to how Reapers managed to eradicate untold civilizations like the Proteans. They are the reason why we had a fighting chance at all against the Reapers, as a result of the Protean signal meddling 50,000 years ago. I really do appreciate how BioWare gives a final callback to the Keepers at the end of Mass Effect 3 with showing that they have some sort of role in cleaning up and processing Reaper harvested organics. And I would literally kill, you hear me? I would murder something or someone to have a Keeper squad mate, or a pet, or something, romance option, I don't know, I don't care. In Mass Effect 4, I want to interact with these guys, okay? Since the Keepers are actually plot important, I would have to give these very unique aliens a lot of points, very considerable amount of points. What pulls the Keepers down is the fact that they're not really important to the plot outside of their abstract Reaper roles. And they don't really appear in the story outside of this plot point, so you don't really interact with them at all. The only exception being the side quest in Mass Effect 1, really. But what about Mass Effect 4? What role could the Keepers possibly fill? What will these guys get up to, huh? This kinda depends on which ending is canon. Mass Effect 3 has roughly 4 different endings to choose from: Refusal, Synthesis, Control, and Destroy. In the Refusal ending, the Reapers are most likely either still alive in dark space or they're eradicated, and possibly the brand new cycle and generation of Milky Way races that's dominating the galaxy. The Keepers have always struck me as kind of like mindless drones, like Husks or the Collectors in Mass Effect 2. With the Reapers eradicated, the Keepers would be without purpose, except for to maintain the Citadel, which has been their purpose in most of the games. Refusal ending or not, the Keepers definitely have a proper job ahead of them in fixing up that place after the Reaper War. The difference between the Collectors, Husks, and Keepers when it comes to their loyalty to the Reaper plans is, in my opinion, actually worthy of recognition. Because we learn in Mass Effect 3 that the Leviathan was able to break some surviving Collectors free of the Reaper's influence. It seems therefore that the Collectors, though heavily biologically and bionically augmented, just are a bunch of organic beings that are indoctrinated on mostly a mental level. So if you break the indoctrination, the Collectors can be saved and returned to being high-functioning, conscious and intelligent creatures, more akin to the proteins that they were made from. The Husks, on the other hand, like brutes, banshees or cannibals, seem completely devoid of mental faculties and they appear hopeless to rehabilitate, more like cyborg robots. The Keepers, though, they seem to fall in the same category as the other mindless Husks, but I can't say that for certain, because they're no doubt very intelligent, as they manage to maintain this super advanced space station, which is also a humongous mass relay, which hints towards still highly functioning mental faculties of the Keepers. In turn, this might suggest that their indoctrination and programming can be broken, perhaps by Leviathan. We do know that the Proteans managed to disrupt their programming in a way, so perhaps the unbelievably more intelligent and skilled Leviathans could free the Keepers properly, just like they did the Collectors, and turn them into, people you can talk to and romance. And if the Keepers cannot be freed, they most likely will have little to no purpose in Mass Effect universe with the Reapers being gone, unless someone wants to use the Citadel for something. Perhaps creating a mass relay route to Andromeda or something. I'm just trying to help the writers here right now. But if the Reapers are still around as usual with their traditional 50,000 year cycles or something, for example if we're talking a Refusal ending universe, then the Keepers likely would have actually been extinct and completely removed from existence. This is because the Reapers, well at least Sovereign, sought to replace the Keepers with a more controllable race, preferably purely synthetic beings, to avoid the same problem they experienced with the Protean signal meddling. though I find it hard to believe how it's any harder to mess up a synthetic unit's signal compared to an organic being, but you know, that's perhaps besides the point. So I'm sad to say, but the refusal ending will likely just lead to the Keeper's utter destruction, further proving why this ending is an unjustifiable war crime and a blasphemous choice. But as for the control ending, who knows? This is kind of up to the Shepherd AI. If the Shepherd AI agrees with Sovereign, the Keepers will most likely perish. But I don't really see that problem being a problem for the Shepherd AI, since the Shepherd AI presumably doesn't seek to continue the cycles, and the reason why Sovereign wanted to replace the Keepers were exactly because of their risk to the cycles. I think the Keepers likely would be allowed to live, since they seemingly seem to maintain the Citadel just fine. Or perhaps the Shepherd AI would free them from the indoctrination, if that's possible to do, and let them pursue their happiness like everyone else. Perhaps the Keepers of the Citadel will be replaced with some kind of advanced VI powered operators instead. As for the synthesis ending, if it's possible, the Keepers would likely become free thinkers unshackled by Reaper programming, and who knows what free-thinking autonomous Keepers could contribute to the galaxy. Their comparatively very small numbers and frail physiques would probably keep them from becoming a major power in the galaxy, though their knack for engineering and possibly really high intelligence could give them some sort of special role in the galaxy, somewhat akin to the Solarians, and they would probably still enjoy the power and respect stemming from their expertise in maintaining the Citadel, which can be presumed to still be the galactic capital. As for the destroy ending, if the Keepers can't be freed mentally, they will likely just return to maintaining the Citadel, and I reckon the Council or whoever is in power at this point will continue to leave them alone to do their calling in life. But if the Keepers can be freed mentally, like I said, their intelligence and Citadel experience could give them some power in the galaxy, but their small numbers and weak bodies would limit what they can utilize to gain power in the galaxy. Perhaps they could be instrumental in repairing the mass relays, since they have experience with Reaper technology by maintaining the Citadel, which, like I said, is basically just a big mass relay. I reckon it would be wise to have these Reaper technology experts on your side, which could make them a valuable keystone for any power-hungry maniac seeking to dominate the galaxy. So, all in all, Keeper lore is really cool, and they are actually really impactful to the story, even though we rarely, if ever, interact with them directly. So, in my eyes, they have earned a comfortable Garrus tier, but like, you know, Garrus tier minus, due to their somewhat limited direct impact in the events of the story. Their potential for Mass Effect 4 is highly limited, but I'm actually really excited to see what the writers will do with the Keepers, since the Reapers are likely completely gone, or having reorganized their plans for the Keepers and the Citadel at least. So I think the Keepers have a somewhat interesting potential for Mass Effect 4, and I really appreciate how truly alien and unique and mysterious the Keepers are. What do you guys think though? Did I miss something? Did I waste something completely terrible? What do you think will become of the Keepers in the next game? Let me know in the comments below, or by fax or something like that on the extranet, I don't know. Either way, this is Dr. Epic signing out. Like if cool, dislike if cringe. And keep subbing. Alright? See what I did there? See what I did there? Alright. Bye bye.